Hi, I'm Karina.
And I'm Maddie.
Definitely just almost threw my computer. Welcome back to Everything But the Fairy Tale Sink. This week we are discussing When the Devil Lived in New Orleans at an address that is 1319 St. Charles Avenue, but it's not the same building anymore. We're going to address that now.
This has nothing to do with the Axeman in New Orleans, right?
Huh?
The
No,
Axeman in New Orleans?
The Axeman.
Okay.
This happened about 100 years earlier than that.
Okay, because, he did claim to be the devil, so I just wanted to see if it was connected at all.
No, apparently the devil just really likes New Orleans.
I mean, who doesn't like New Orleans?
That's fair. I was going to say who could blame him. Yeah, so quick overview before we begin. We're going to get into recommendations and stuff like that, but important thing to know going into this episode, 1319 St. Charles Avenue is no longer the building we're talking about today, and it is no longer rumored to be haunted. All right, now that we got that out of the way, you want to do recommendation first, Madison?
Sure. My recommendation, because, this is coming out during Halloween season, spooky season, go to a pumpkin patch. Pick a pumpkin and just, have a good time. Have a little carving party with your friends. Put on a little Halloween movie or some Halloween music and just have a good time.
Okay, quick question, Madison, before we get into anything else. How do you feel about pumpkin guts? Because it's apparently a very controversial topic.
Like the guts themselves, or like
taking them out of the pumpkin. How do you feel about it?
I don't mind it.
Okay, me neither.
I don't like when they get under my fingernail, and I don't like extra slimy pumpkin guts.
Fair.
But overall, they don't really bother me.
It just feels like a nostalgic, I think, texture to me, because I associate that texture with pumpkin guts. Okay. When you're going into a pumpkin, your brain thinks pumpkin guts. You can smell the pumpkin. You pull out the pumpkin guts. Anyways, my recommendation of the day is Spirit Halloween mugs.
Do you have any push blanket on? That's fine.
Yeah, so Spirit Halloween mugs. They're really big. They're like 20-ounce mugs, and they were like $10, and they have cool designs. So take advantage of Spirit Halloween while it's there, and get yourself a new coffee mug. I
feel like I should also show off my mug. I have a Haunted Mansion mug. It says, not a morning person, and then on the, earn your rest.
Yes.
Like URN. Also, my shirt is Haunted Mansion, so I'm really just...
I don't have a matching shirt. I do have a format that matches my mug. But I have a Hocus Pocus mug. I put a spell on you. Now you're mine. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have
fun time. Hi. We have a guest.
Yes, clearly. My kitty should be joining us soon. I hope.
Can you imagine if you had your cat and I have Jesper, and your cat would match your current aesthetic and Jesper matches my current aesthetic?
Here, we'll pull up a quick picture of Wylan. There's a picture of Wylan with my parents' new kitten. All right.
Hello.
We have been by both cats now. But yes, so this episode, I don't believe this article goes super into detail, but it will feature mild cannibalism.
How is something mild cannibalism?
We're not going to go super... Oh, dear.
This is why I'm sitting here.
We're not going to go super into detail about it, but it's also technically not cannibalism, because, like...
Just get into the episode. I want to know about this.
All right, so... Quick disclaimer, I am actually going to be reading off of an article that somebody else wrote. The author of this article was Michael DeMacher, and it's from very local New Orleans.
And like all our episodes, when we upload them, this article will be linked in the description box. So if you want to go and read it yourself, you are more than welcome to.
Yes. All right, so the devil once lived in New Orleans. I think there's multiple stories that say the devil lived in New Orleans, though, so but... In this case, the devil once lived in New Orleans. The legend goes that the devil just decided sometime in the 1820s to live in New Orleans, probably because he was used to its infrastructure and weather. So, quick clarifying thing. I'm reading this article because this guy is super funny and makes comments like that. So, around 1840, Old Scratch took one Madeline Fernell as his wife, and built a mansion for her at 1319 St. Charles Avenue.
So this lady married the devil and then he built her a mansion?
Yeah.
What a life.
We're going to get into it. I might need to draw you a picture if you can't picture it in your head, because I couldn't. But yeah. While some say the mansion appeared overnight, others said it was built in just 7 days. The house itself was oddly constructed, with each room on a different floor connected by Escher-esque stairways.
I
You
like
picture
that.
It took me way too long to figure out what that meant.
They built
Yeah,
in Sims, so like, you know, you can adjust the
Fair.
floor, but also
I
all
will have
neighborhoods actually look like Oliver Hall from Crimson Peak to me, so.
there. Yeah, it was said that the devil didn't use the front door, but passed into the house through the front gable. At sunset, he could be seen peering down on the street, horns and all. Can you imagine?
So he didn't go into disguise or anything. He just full on was like, I'm the devil,
Yeah.
here are my horns, like, I'm gonna live here now.
I mean, to be fair, it was his house.
That's true.
Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not wearing makeup walking around my house all the time, so, like, I can't blame him for just wanting to be his natural self.
Like Vision and WandaVision, he hides
Exactly.
his true self when he's out in public, and then, you know, he stays in the house and he's himself.
Vision, the devil, basically the same thing.
Completely opposite spectrums of the, you know, completely opposite ends of the moral spectrum, but
Exactly. All right, so there's a subtitle here. There's subtitles in this article. This one is called An Affair Doomed to Hell. All right, so the devil's pale, dark-haired mistress, think a French Elvira, loved the new house, which was reportedly staffed by little red demon cooks, housekeepers, and servants, like an eternally damned Downton Abbey.
I love Downton Abbey, so this is.
You do. The demons dressed her in lavish, fancy clothes and adored her with priceless baubles. All was swell at Chez St.
All was swell, but what?
At Chez Satan.
I want to meet this guy.
I know, I do too.
He sounds awesome.
All was well at Chez Satan until Madeline started to get bored. When the devil went out of town on business, like traveling up to Georgia to tempt Johnny with a golden fiddle.
I was actually going to bring that song up in the beginning. Like, you were like, the devil likes to live in New Orleans, and I was going to say, well, except for that one song where he went to Georgia.
Yeah, that was the one. I was trying to read it with a straight face, but that was the one where I read it, and my roommate looked at me because I was laughing so hard, and she was just kind of like, okay.
That side note, that is a great song.
It is a great song. Yes, so Madeline began an affair with a local Creole gentleman named Alcide Cancien. The two carried on for some time. One can imagine the demon servants placing bets on whether the tryst would turn out badly. It turned out badly.
What a life this woman's living. She's married to the devil, but has an affair with another guy.
Yup.
I love that for her, honestly. Like, more power to her.
I guess. Also, that's really stupid.
What? Marrying the devil or having an affair while married to the devil?
Having an affair while being married to the devil. Like, get a divorce first.
Well, if he catches you when you die and you go to hell, you still have to see him.
Hey, Maddie. You know what this is a perfect opportunity for?
Snitches end up in ditches.
Uh-huh. You did it. Yes, so it turned out badly. One evening, Madeline's lover was approached in the street by a fiery-eyed, sharp-toothed stranger who asked if he knew Miss Fresnel. When Alcide confessed they were lovers, the stranger, spoiler alert, he's the devil, offered Alcide somewhere between $1,000 and £1,000,000 of gold to leave town on the condition the couple changed their names to Monsieur and Madame L.
I would take the money.
Yeah, I would too. Also, it's never addressed why he wanted them to change their names. I would guess it has something to do with, like, being Mr. and Mrs. Lucifer.
Probably. It also could be, like, they had a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
And town, like, maybe the people of the town knew that she was married to the devil. So it could have spread, you know, news in those days spread pretty fast because they weren't doing much.
Well, clearly they were marrying the devil. Good for them, I guess. Yeah.
You know, if someone's nice and charming to you and they're the devil, like, y'all ever seen Lucifer? That's the whole plot. That's the whole plot of the show.
The show
The devil is
like,
charming.
yeah, take it.
I didn't even hear your comments, so you're fine.
I said everyone who's watched the show Lucifer would say, like, yeah, I'd take it. Like, take the marriage deal. Not the take $1,000 and leave deal. Anyways. So, when Alcide told Madeline of the strange offer, she knew the devil was on to her, so maybe that's why it's because he was giving her a clue. Alcide, however, had grown tired of the affair and told Madeline at dinner that night he was ready to leave town. His paramour was under the mistaken impression he'd taken the devil's deal and she would be going with him. When he set her straight, she flew into a rage and strangled him with a dinner napkin. The enraged assault severed a blood vessel in Alcide's neck, drenching the table in his murderous in blood. In one story, she's said to have exclaimed, "You're gone, Alcide, and I am glad you had to go. I am glad I killed you." She then tried to wipe the blood off the curtains, tablecloth, and napkins, but to no avail.
I'm sorry, is this Lucille Sharp?
No, Lucille wanted to use a knife. This lady strangled him with a napkin.
That's fair, but
I would like to say, how is that possible to, like, strangle someone with a napkin so
dinner
aggressively
napkins
that
be
blood
thick.
goes? I know, but how did blood go everywhere?
I have not murdered a person. I've not strangled a person. I don't know how it works.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm just saying, I've never heard of a strangling victim bleeding everywhere, but, like,
Maybe he fell on a napkin. Maybe he fell on a knife and he, like, punctured himself. For clarification, we're filming mid-morning. We also have just gone through, like, our first week of school, so this is kind of, like, dating the episode a bit, but, like, give us grief.
We're very tired and very loopy. Yeah, anyways, Madeline killed Alcide with a napkin and then tried to clean everything up, probably with the same napkin, which is kind of dumb. All right, the next...
They didn't have DNA testing in those days. Like, it's fine.
Okay, but if the napkin's already bloody, you're not going to be able to saturate... Okay, napkins are like hair. There's only so much...
Get back on topic!
I'm sorry, then I'm stuck on the napkin. Anyways, this next section is called Fava Beans and a Nice Chianti.
What a change in topic.
Yeah. This is when we get into the mild cannibalism warning. The devil chose this moment to return home and take in the scene of the Alcide. Having already grown tired of his mistress, the devil gathered up Madeline and her fatally napkined lover and had a late dinner on the upstairs balcony, the main course being the former couple. When he was finished devouring them, he threw their empty skin into the alleyway behind the mansion to be eaten by critters.
Not mild cannibalism, that is straight up cannibalism.
I mean, he's technically not human.
He's still eating people?
Yeah. Somehow that...
Would that make him a carnivore then?
Probably.
Because carnivores are meat eaters.
Yeah. Yeah, so... Having swallowed his bride, the devil left town, abandoning the mansion to climb in the elements. A new owner finally took on renovations, new people moved in, and then the hauntings began. Residents reported that at sunset, a giant table would appear in the dining room, and the bloody murder of Alcide would be reenacted by spirits, followed by the ghost of Madeline going from room to room with blood dripping from her hands. Ghosts were seen going up and down the stairs as unseen hands jiggled door handles. The smell of smoke wafted through the house even when the fireplaces were cold. The horrible scene that played out nightly drove away residents, some quickly, some eventually, but always inevitably. For many years, the mansion was again forsaken and left vacant until 1873, when Laura Beauregard, the daughter of General P.G.T. Beauregard, moved in with her new husband, Charles Lorendan of Atlanta. General Beauregard is said to haunt the Beauregard Keys house in the French Quarter, but that's another story that we may or may not be covering. Yeah, so, how you feeling?
Why? How did she even meet the devil? That's my question.
Never said.
Tinder. The, like, 1820s version of Tinder. I guess it means going out and meeting people.
Hear me out.
He kidnapped her a la Hades and Persephone.
I don't think that's the case, but like, so, early Victorian Tinder. Basically, all the women would go to the ball, or I think this is Regency Tinder technically. All of them would go to the ball, and before they would go into the ball, the attendants would pull them into another room, and they would hold up paintings, and one attendant would take it to the left if they didn't like the guy, or they would take it to the right if they did, and so that's how they decided who they were going to dance with. And
my favorite thing is that's literally how they did it, so.
What?
They would literally, like, if someone in the old days wanted to marry a person, they would send in a bunch of paintings, and then
I know.
Yeah.
I don't think it had the, like, swipe left or swipe right option.
Who knows, man?
All right, so we left off with the, I don't know if it's the Larendons, or the Beauregards, Laurie Beauregard and Charles Larendon moved in 1878. That's where we left off. So this last section is called In Modern Times. When Charles and his new bride Laurie moved into the mansion, they too experienced the macabre tableau in the dining room, the ghostly arguments and otherworldly screams, the bloody figure of Madeline wiping her hands on the linens. But they weren't driven away like previous tenants, accepting the ghosts as ghoulish but quaint housemates.
If they're not bothering you when they're bothering each other, why not?
I just don't think quaint is the word I would have used, but okay.
Maybe the house is pretty and they set the ghosts aside for the fact that the house was pretty.
Fair. For the next 2 decades, Charles documented the nightly events, continuing to do so even after Laurie died in childbirth on Independence Day, 1884, at the age of 34. Around 1909, he left the Devil's Mansion. In the ensuing years, passerbys reported seeing the leering, bloody face of the devil imprinted high up on the mansion's facade. The Devil's Mansion was finally torn down in the summer of 1930. Today, a hotel stands at 1319 St. Charles Avenue. Whatever curse was afflicting the Devil's Mansion appears to have disappeared with the building itself, as there haven't been reports of any hauntings by the hotel staff. And the devil never moved back to New Orleans as far as we know.
He was like, I've had my fun here, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll send vampires here instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that is the end of our story today. It's a wild ride.
It is indeed a wild ride.
I'm still hung up on that napkin.
So is the hotel still the same address, 1319 St. Charles
Yes.
Ave? Okay.
It is called the Maison St. Charles now.
Okay, but they wiped the house out of this building.
Yes. So
Okay.
it is not a hotel. I believe the hotel is rumored to be haunted by different spirits. I know
At this point, if there's a place in New Orleans that isn't haunted, let us know. Because I feel like everything there is haunted. Also, my theory is if the house was demolished, then the ghosts were probably like set free. Oh my god.
Cat.
He like ran in and grabbed the arm of the chair.
Oh dear.
Terrifying. Anyways, my theory is like if the house was demolished, it probably set the spirits free because the spirits were like tied to the house.
Mm-hmm. They'll probably, like, I was gonna say unfortunately that I remembered that all of the people in the story are bad people. I was gonna say unfortunately they probably went to hell, but like probably.
Big old reunion.
Yeah.
Together in life and in death.
So then again, do you think the devil might have sent them to heaven because he didn't want to deal with them?
Nah.
Because I'm sorry, I would not want to invite my ex back to my house. But you know what? Whatever. You do you. No judgment. But yeah, anyways, all of the people in this story are bad people, and this story should not be as funny to me as it is.
I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, so
Don't cheat on people, by the way.
yeah, that's just a general rule.
Or the devil will bribe you to leave town.
I mean, even if the devil's involved, just don't cheat on people.
Yeah, don't do that.
Conversation is a great thing to do.
Yeah, I want to live in a big, old, scary manor. Why not?
We hope that you enjoyed this gory and very chaotic story from New Orleans this week. What is your wish for our viewers?
My wish is that when you are looking for things for your Halloween costume or you're trying to decide what you want to be for Halloween, you find exactly what you want to be for Halloween and then you find all the pieces for your Halloween costume that you need.
That's really
and at a
nice.
good price.
My wish for our viewers, really should have thought this through beforehand. Oh, my wish is that if you're trying to unwind for the night, and yes, this is pointed at somebody who was driving by last night, somebody doesn't decide to go speeding down your road with like really loud engine noises and really loud music that then startles you. That's my wish, is that people aren't stupid outside your window and disrupting your peace.
It's a good wish.
Yeah, that definitely isn't from personal experience.
No, not at all. Why would it ever be from personal experience?
Anyways, what's coming up next week?
Up next, we are talking about the English legend or English legend / boogie woman called Black Annis.
Okay.
Are you scared?
Honestly, not really.
Well, you should be.
Oh, good.
This one is like, it's my gory child snatcher. You had Qualupalic, I get Black Annis.
Fair. Do we think Madison Karina's gonna make an appearance next week?
I'm not a child anymore.
You're small.
That is the same
Anyways,
thing you said in Kalukalik.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, go follow us on Instagram. For some reason, we had website issues, so we're working on figuring that out right now.
Hopefully all of the bugs are worked out. If not, you can always let us know through our YouTube comments or something like that.
Yes, please let us know because,
Yes.
we don't always know when problems arise. So
Yes.
also, if we hit 50 followers on Instagram, which we already have, and 50 subscribers here on YouTube, I will buy a poster of Loki. And if we hit 100 of each, Karina will buy a poster of Shang-Chi. And if we hit 1,000, my stepdad Steve will attempt to milk the plastic cow at the Hagen grocery stores.
Yes. All right. Is there anything else we should bring up?
Happy Halloween.
Don't cheat on people.
Yeah, don't cheat
We
on
just
people.
went
Happy
completely
Halloween.
different directions
Carve
there,
your
but we'll learn about
pumpkins. Drink some. I don't like pumpkin spice lattes, but drink a pumpkin spice latte if that strikes your fancy. And don't go marrying the devil.
And if you do marry the devil, don't cheat on him.
Yeah, don't cheat on him.
You can always
Anyways,
get a divorce.
goodbye.
Bye.